Hello, thanks for being here. So this video is meant to be used for daily program or just kind of memorizing some movements that you could do on a weekly basis, maybe before you go about your day, before work, before bed, before working out, anything like that. It's going to be really easy, simple, and hopefully easily to memorize because you don't want things to be too complicated to do each day. You want something simple that you can go back to, that your body knows. Um, and some people in my classes have already memorized parts of this, use it before weightlifting. So hopefully you can do the same. We're gonna start with some full body cars, starting with our neck and then going all the way down to our toes. And then we're gonna do some sun salutations, A and B, and then our warrior flow. And the only thing you'll need for that is a rolled up rag, or I taped two tennis balls together, something that you can stuff between your knee pit when we do our hip cars. So we're gonna be doing that, and then after our warrior flow, we're going to be doing a nice cool down to just kind of relax your body, get it feeling good before you go about your day. So we can get right into it. We can start in a seated position here, crisscross. All right. Just get cozy here. Make sure that you are seated flat as you can. You can pull away your glute muscles and just get a good seat. And we can start with our neck circles. So we're gonna just go slowly, bringing your left ear to your left shoulder. And this should open up the right side of our neck. And then we're gonna lean our head back, opening up the front of the throat, your platysma muscle right here down the chest. Let your head be heavy as you hang back. And then take your right ear to your right shoulder, opening up the left side of our neck. And then all the way down, chin to chest. Allow the back of your neck to open up, your shoulders and back to drop down. And then let's go the other way. So right ear to right shoulder, opening up the left side of our neck here. And then all the way back, lengthening our neck and our chest. And then left ear, left shoulder. Try to drop the right shoulder down to really get a good stretch here. And then chin to chest as we tuck our head forward. Good. Drop down your back, your shoulder muscles. Good. Come back to a neutral neck position. And then we're going to go into Seiza. So you can just come onto your knees, sit on your heels. And if that's too much knee flexion right away, you can always stuff this area with a pillow and just kind of elevate yourself a little bit, and that should help. And so now we're moving down to our shoulders. So doing our controlled articular rotations. So we're going to have our thumb sticking straight up on the right hand. And we're going to go slow all the way up. And when your arm reaches ear level, flip it out, palm facing out. Good. And then you're going to maintain chest forward as your pointer finger is the finger that leads your hand down. And you're going to keep your palm out all the way to hip level. Once you're at this hip level point, your thumb is sticking straight out behind you. Follow that up until you hit kind of this point where it gets tense. Then, like you're twisting a doorknob, twist that to get your palm facing back up and then all the way towards you and down. And then we can actually take it to our left shoulder and then straight down. Nice. Awesome. Let's go to the left side. So your left thumb straight up, slowly all the way up to your ear, flipping the palm out. Pointer finger guides your hand down, keeping the palm out. And your arm makes it to hip level. Your thumb is pointing directly behind you, straight out. Follow that up. Twist the doorknob all the way up to our right shoulder diagonally. Good, and then straight down. Nice, awesome. So we're gonna work on our ribs now. So we're gonna try and keep our hips stable, and then the only thing moving is our ribs, and try to keep the shoulders controlled, the neck controlled. Really focus on rib movement here. So you can place your hands wherever it's comfortable in your lap, and then we're just gonna go in a circle, and it doesn't matter which way, we're gonna go both directions. But just think about the only thing moving is your ribs. Try to do the fullest you can, completing a full circle, fullest expression of this rib cage circle. So really pushing in each direction, switching sides. Good. Okay. So, oh my gosh, my little tennis ball rolled away. Okay. So let me grab that. We are gonna get our hip cars going, so you can grab whatever you're gonna use as a prop. You don't even have to use a prop at all if you don't have one or don't want to use one. You can get it ready, and we're gonna go into tabletop, and we're gonna stuff our left knee with a rolled up rag or your tennis balls. And then once you've got a good pinch, you can lift your knee up high as you can with a flexed foot, and then all the way out to the side, and bring that to your tricep and down. And then let's reverse that action. So let's go back up to our tricep, and then back, up and down. Good, one more, all the way back up, out to the side, to the tricep, and down. Good. Let's do that same thing on the right side. So getting a good pinch on your prop with your right knee, lifting it up with a flexed foot, high as you can, out to the side, to your tricep, and down. Reversing the action, going back up to your tricep, out to the side, lifting your heel, pick your knee up high behind you, and then in. Last one, back out to the tricep, down. Nice. Awesome job on that. We're gonna sit down, and then we're gonna hold our thigh, our left thigh here, and we're just kind of making a scoop with our arms. And then we're gonna ground down our left heel, and then we're just gonna rotate. So pinky edge, that side of your foot goes all the way down, and then big toe edge, that side, you're trying to go all the way down too. You can support your knee here. And we're trying not to use our hips. We're just trying to use our knees. Trying to slow it down in a controlled manner. Good. Then you can pick it up and just kind of roll out your ankle here. Good. Let's go to the other side. So picking up our thigh, grounding down the right heel. And we're just taking turns going pinky edge side, big toe edge side. So you want to watch the tip of your tibia. You're gonna see that move, and that's what tells you you're on the right track and not using your hips to do this or any other part. Good. One more. Nice. Picking up the leg completely for rolling out the ankle, which just feels real nice. Each direction. Great. Okay, let's stand up for some toe cars. And then you're gonna stand hip width distance, maybe a little closer. And then we're gonna pick up our big toes. Reaching high as we can, pressing down with the little toes. And then set the big toes down, lift up the little toes and try to straighten your legs here. Lift them high up. Good. Set your little toes down, big toes up. One more. Little toes up, big toes down. Nice. Okay, let's go to the top of our mat. And we are going to work on our first sun salutation, which is A. So we can start with our hands out to the side, wide fingers here. Rise up. Hands go wide apart. Hinge at the hips as you dive down, leading with your chest. All the way to forward fold. Hips high up in the air. You're folding in towards your shins. Deep breath here. And then on the exhale, halfway lift, looking up, lengthening the spine all the way up your neck to the crown of your head. Big inhale. And on the exhale, set your hands down. We're going to walk back to down dog. Press your chest in towards your thighs, hips high up in the air. And then we're going to arch our spine up and then shift forward for our first chaturanga, squeezing our elbows in at the ribs, going deep, and then pushing upward for upward facing dog, chest, your shoulders looking up, dropping the hips, dropping the knees, setting your hips back, active toes, downward facing dog, looking past your belly button, pressing your chest towards your thighs. We're gonna walk our up to our hands, halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine here in the neck. Forward fold, keep the hips high. Tuck your chin to chest. Get in a little bit deeper here. Hands directly behind you. Rising up. Last thing to come up is your head and your hands all the way up. Dropping your hands back to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Sighing out of the mouth. Good. Dropping your hands by your side. Let's move on to our second sun salutation, B. So we're lifting our hands up high. Hands come together, wide apart, hinging at the hips. Leading with your chest as you dive down. Now you're going to bend your knees. Your fingers graze the mat as you come up to chair. Chair pose, drop the hips low, tuck the bone in, look up at your hands. Big inhale, exhale down, forward fold. Hips high up in the air, chin to chest. Halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Look up. Hands to the mat. We're going to walk back to downward facing dog, pressing our chest towards our thigh. Root down the left leg as you lift your right leg up high, keeping your hips square. Bend that knee as you step in towards your hands. Good. Now we're going to set down our left knee and then lift our hands up in the air, high up. The back foot can go flat as we look up at our hands and then do a mini back bend here. Coming back into a neutral position, active back foot, lifting us up, warrior one. Good, mini back bend here. Come down, framing your hands around your foot. Your right foot is sent back, keeping it floating in the air as you shift into your chaturanga, bending at the elbows, tight to the ribs, upward facing dog. Swimming your chest through your shoulders. Drop your knees, send your hips back, active toes, downward facing dog. Left foot up, hips square. Bend the left knee as you step into your hands. Good. Drop the right knee down. Flat foot in the back. We're lifting up. Looking at our hands, come up. We're going to drop our hips so that we can go into a mini back bend here. Good. Coming back into a neutral position. Back foot is active, which lifts us to warrior one. Mini back bend here. Come down, framing your hands around your foot. The left foot sent back, floating in the air. Shift forward, chaturanga, all the way down. Upward facing dog, dropping the knees, setting the hips back. Active toes, downward facing dog. And then we can walk our feet into our hands. Deeply bend the knees here. Come up for chair pose. Looking up at the hands, tucking the tailbone in, dropping your shoulder, dropping your hips. Hands at prayer center, halfway lift, forward fold. Hips high, chin to chest, hands directly behind you, rising all the way up, hands high, prayer center, dropping the hands down to heart level. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Nice. That was really good. So we're going to keep going. We're going into our warrior flow. Root down the left leg. We're going to send the right leg back. Hands in prayer center. You can extend them out. Warrior three. Big step back. Warrior one. All the way up high. Look at your hands. Open up. Warrior two. Good. Looking over the left middle finger. We're going to transition to side angle. Big breath in. And on the exhale, your right hand swims behind your back, reaching for the left thigh in this bind. Left arm goes up ahead, reaching back. Reverse warrior, reaching far as you can. Good. Send your hips back, straightening the front leg. Left hand goes down to your shin or your thigh or a block. And then rotate the right shoulder back, keeping the bind looking up. Hold the bind for a moment, and then open your wing up. Right hand to the sky. Great. Take your right hand, replace it where your left one is. Opening the left hand up high. Revolve triangle. Really swim your heart up, all the way up to the ceiling or the sky, high as you can. Drop the left hand down, frame the foot, and then send the left foot back. You can lift it high up and then shift chaturanga all the way down, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up high, bend the knee, come all the way up, warrior one, looking up high at your hands, opening up, warrior two, looking over the right middle finger. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, side angle. You can look past the left armpit, and then you're going to take your left hand behind your back, reaching for this bind where you reach towards the thigh. Right hand overhead, reaching far back as you can. Reverse warrior. Keep this bind as you send your hips far back, straightening the front leg. Your right hand is touching your shin. You're keeping this bind as you send the left shoulder back, looking up. Take a breath here, keeping the bind. And on your exhale, open up your wing. Left hand up to the sky, looking up. Take your left hand, replace it where your right one's at. Send the right arm up high, look up at your hand. Good, right hand down, hands framing the right foot. We're gonna send the right leg back, lifting it high up, chaturanga down. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna walk up, hands behind you, raising up, hands to heart center. Take a big breath in, sigh out of the mouth. One more, deep inhale. Long, slow exhale out of the mouth. Great. So we are now just going to work on our cool down. And this is something I just call slinkies. And you're just acting like a slinky. We're going to start with our vertical ones. So we're just hinging at the hips. The only thing straight keeping tension is our legs. So our back is like slinky. We're trying to fluidly go up and down in a way that feels really nice on the spine and active on the legs here. A couple more. Good. Let's do some to the side. So you're like a puppet. You're being led up, and then you switch. This one's loose. And I'm being pulled up by my right hand. Good. Couple more. Good. And then let's just do upper body. Full circle here. You can switch directions. One more. Good. And then deeply bend the knees here. And just sway left and right. This is a wonderful low back opener. So great to do every day. Our low back can get tight really easily. So this is just something that you can do any time of day. It's very restorative and relaxing. Deep bend in the knees, heavy head. Good. Awesome. We can rise up and just take one more deep breath in through the nose. Big sigh out of your mouth. That is it for today. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. I would be happy to get back to you and help however I can. Thank you so much. Have a really good day and take care.